How you doing? My name is Risa, and we're going to talk today about religion. Religion is a lie, and it is the cause of mankind's destruction. And when I speak of religion, I'm speaking about institutionalized religion, religion that misleads global citizens and keeps them from finding their true inner self. Aren't you tired of it, guys? Aren't you tired of being lied to and misled by a system that has no use for our communities? When we are rising up, we are doing just that. We are looking at the institutionalized religions that have a hold on people, and even in a time of crisis, has misled people. So many people have lost their faith. So there's a catch to this, because there are people that are good souls who have faith and they want to follow God, but they've been misled. And what do we do to change that? What do we do to rise up and demand that religious leaders step down from their position because they don't serve a true God? They are accused of crimes that leave people flabbergasted, but yet they cry and weep because they believe in God. So what do we do about that? What do we do about institutionalized religion? What do we do about people not being allowed to practice a faith that connects their consciousness with their spirituality as they rise and move forward? How do we conquer the fear of this? And where do we start? And really the basis is that when we look at ourselves, we eliminate so many things. On my travels today, I met a young lady in the supermarket, and she was young, in her early 20s, and she was brilliant, because I had a conversation with her, and I had an adult conversation with her, and we spoke openly and honestly. And it's amazing that the youth that are awakened, they're speaking in clusters, but really we should reach out a hand to them. And we should reach out a hand to them because they are leading into the future of a modern civilization where they are not satisfied with what governments have to offer, what religion has to offer. So how does this tie into religion? Because if you are an institutionalized religion, and there's three major institutionalized religions, that is the Catholic and Christian organizations, that is Judaism, and that is Islam. And all believe in one principal universal God, and many of the parallels are the same, but yet these are the same institutionalized religions that keep mankind from understanding the trueness of the God, of what we serve, not the gods, right? What we want to be and what we're lacking. So how do we fix this in a world where politics have to be dismantled, and the leaders of politics that want to dismantle the old and step into the new, how do we communicate with them? And as we are communicating with them, the awakened, the intelligent, the people that understand what is before them, how do we come together? And there are people doing it on many different levels, but we have to do more. So the organized religion is really the downfall of mankind. It's not the religious principles in itself, because there's many beautiful attributes to a spiritual side, but we have been lied to about our true origins, about what we should worship, and even worshiping becomes fearful, and we serve the master, because the master takes money from the congregation, and the congregation allows the masters to live in wealth, but yet the flock is starving for spiritual fulfillment, for guidance. So that's why we do what we do. We do what we do because we understand the process. We understand transformation. We understand trials and tribulations. But to go above and beyond, we can't be afraid to speak up. We can't always be in clusters. We can't fall behind. We can't continue the debate. Judgment exists. It exists. in all shapes and forms, and it's extremely difficult to master. Don't let anyone fool you. People have very, very deep emotions. And when the mind is at play and the emotions are lost in a system that has debunked you from who you are, you yourself are lost, right? Because now you can't find your way out. I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be like that. That's not a system, and that's not a congregation that brings life to the flock. You know what brings life to the flock? If you are practicing within those parameters, your communication, your community interaction with your smaller congregations. And when you start to question things and you rise above, what happens is that you are interacting within the minds of other people, the hearts of other people, a brotherhood, a solidarity, as you grow, as you learn to navigate through a system. And this has everything to do with religion, because we are pitted against one another because of religion. And religion stems into politics because there's a lot of things going on. And there's worship behind the ill acts of some people that are in control of the world. And there are people trying to push through it, but their voice isn't heard. Because to talk to the everyday folk, it's very difficult. How do you talk about explosive things without people going off the deep end? And how do we bring it in where we say, yes, I know that this is very detrimental, but in order for us to get past that portal and go into the next level of consciousness, because being in fear and being brainwashed, that's a portal, right? We stepped into that portal. Now we're stepping out of that portal and into the true consciousness, the true self. And we could do it. So beware of religion, beware of people that don't give you your spiritual needs. And when you search inside of yourself. Understand that there's many roads to find a peace within. But when you find that peace, you can exceed the limitations. And that's really what it's about. And you have to be strong to do that. You have to have a willingness to bend to do that. You have to stand your ground to do that. And don't let anybody tell you you're any less holy when you do that. You know, where's our dialogue with the politicians? Why can't I speak to Donald Trump? Or you that have concerns in a matter, right? In a manner, rather, that makes sense. This is what we don't like. This is what we are weary of. Why can't we speak like I just spoke prior? Because our voices are not united. Because again, we too follow the things that lead us astray in many different areas. So I'm going to leave y'all with that to think about. Share this out. My name is Risa. I have discussions where mind meets soul. You could follow me on Facebook. You could help me build an audience on YouTube. Being low key is sometimes the best thing to learn. And then when you're ready to step out, you have to hit people from where it's at, because all this chit chat is not helping us. We know what religion does. We know what politics do. We know they're both tied in because there's Satanism behind some of these acts of the people who lead us. They are criminals. And they stand behind religious figures as well. And they don't give a damn about anything but their own kind. And we are not their kind. Peace out.